Lothar of the Hill People as Persians on his home map of Nomad. Standard Nomad start. He's added the TC. He's added the dock. Persians really good Nomad Civ. They start with a bit of extra res. The TC's obviously got a lot more HP, as does the dock. They both produce faster. It's all excellent. Lithuanians, not a super well thought of as a Nomad Civ, but actually that 100 extra food is really good because, as you see here, early on wood, he's gonna be able to get fishing ships out a lot sooner without idling his TC at all. He's less likely to get any idle time. So I like the Lithuanians pick here a lot as well. So yeah, Lothar of course did play Persians on Bay last time and played Huns on Nomad, and I believe the bans were this time Huns and Byzantines. So Huns were not an option here. Persians are really solid Nomad Civ, and we're taking in a boar, and the villager doesn't die, so we're absolutely fine. Wasn't worried at all. And one fishing ship out already. That's thanks to the Persian bonus, but I think we might get a little bit housed in a second. Thanks to the fishing ship just throwing stuff out. I've got the other house here for Marco. Nomad's a very tricky map. You know, you always often forget the basic of things. You forget to build a lumber camp. You forget to build a mill when you're past castling, and you're like, why can't I build a market? You know, I mean, maybe you're better than I am, and you don't forget these things. And getting housed all the time is also one of these things which I love to do. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Marco had let's think. So Marco lost a very, very long game of Mediterranean last time. It's a really good dock position though, I will say that. And he managed to then win on his away map of Arabia with a very nice Franks 2 stable knight spam. Absolute textbook. Oh, that's unlucky. That's not what you want to see. I'm glad we saw it though. At least he didn't kill the rhino with the TC. That would have been insult to injury. So 2 rhinos there. And I don't know if they've seen each other. I don't know if... I guess if this is the base version of Nomad, there's going to be boxes. Something might have been... I think a sheep might have been lost here for Marco, so he could see that. They're both very close to each other. But in terms of extra res, we've got stone and gold back here for Lothar, and stone and gold back here for Marco. So they're not going to be like fighting over neutral resources in the middle. So I think this probably isn't going to be sort of one of those... I mean, it could be clowny and towery, but maybe it's not. But yeah, the res collected looking pretty even at the moment. Just basic Dark Age stuff. It's always a bit messy on Nomad. Taking some of the hunt out here, which is very good. 3 fishing ships for Lothar, 4 for Marco, 1 on the way for both of them. Lumber camp added. So yeah, it's all looking good so far, and I think Marco's going to click up once this lumber camp and loom have completed. And Green has now scouted. I guess he saw the Vils collecting this under here. Gonna mill these actually, and he's gonna take in this rhino as well. Always good to take in as many rhinos as possible. And I'm going to click up himself. So... slightly higher Vil count for Lothar on the way up, so he should be a bit ahead in res collected, and we'll have to see what Marco gets done with his faster feudal time. He's not added a barracks just yet, so I don't know if he's going to go for any land units. It's always tricky to pressure on Nomad because of the TC. Often you'd really want it on 2 resources, so wooden of gold, wooden of stone. Wooden of berries isn't bad either. But both these guys have just got it on wood, so it's a little bit, probably a bit more ability in a bit to be pressuring elsewhere. And it's going to be a blacksmith and possibly... we'll see what else. Got the double dock set up though. And town watch coming in. Another rhino in and down. And it's going to be a tower here. And Lothar does see this. He could batter this down. This Vil probably isn't the man to do it. He could quite... He'd fall over in a light breeze. And I think this watchtower is going to be a bit of a fail. There's no follow-up either in terms of military. Here come the Vils, and it's actually going to go down. And the stone is not going to be recouped either. And this Vil is going to get away with murder with 3 HP. One hit on that guy and he dies. She gets away with her life though. Oof. So the tower rush has become the tower rushy. We are going to get a blacksmith and we are going to add some scouts here. A little bit housed. Market going down. Marco's economy is... I'm not gonna lie, it's all over the place. But he's got 10 fishing ships. Who needs Vils when you've got fishing ships? Well, he's got 20 Vils, so it's not too bad. But I think he was thinking he would go up to Castle Age really quickly, but he just went up with way too few Vils to pull that off. I think if he'd have, but he was floating so much food, I can understand why he was like, oh, I gotta go up. Like, he had 700 food in the bank. Like, you gotta click feudal when you got 700 food. Like, them's the rules. But yeah, this fishing eco, enormous. Res guys are just pretty even. And we are on stone now. And these walls are looking pretty good. They're gonna protect for the most part. The scouts could run under the TC. Marco's quick walls, pretty decent. He's gonna wall the scout in, and I think that's the right move because he can just clobber this guy to death. But the woodline is going to be found. Quick market though. It's going to protect half of it. One Vil does go down. And this chap's going to finish the market. He thinks, you know, why not? Why not? Why not finish the market? I've started it, so I'm going to finish it. 0 farm gaming. Bloodline's coming in. And finally we're going to see a barracks. More scouts coming in though. We are just going to repair this. Marco is on the way to Castle Age. But I don't really see what Marco's going to do when he gets there. Because there's not the economy for much. I guess he could get a castle before too long and make Lytis. But he doesn't have anyone on gold. He has just found this gold. He does know about this gold as well. He is going to go out and take this gold. He has now at least got a barracks to spearman, and Lothar's going to add a watchtower behind this. So these 9 villagers have a timer on their lives, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Would they like to die via 5 scouts or by the watchtower? Or you could delete the market and make a run for the TC. We have got a couple of spears in here, so the spears could help. And it's only 2 vills building this, and I think Marco just buying the last bit of stone. Where does the castle go? That's the question. How far up this hill can he get it? How close to Lothar's face? Lothar's got a really nice farming economy here, 14 farms. His fish is still alive, but it's not looking terribly efficient at the moment because he's dots to the side. And Marco is just full YOLO. Like, I love it. This is just absolutely wild. Battering down the tower with the vills because he thinks I want to put a castle here. Screw you. Exactly. There we go. We're gonna need some more. We're gonna need some quick walls. We're gonna need to get out of range of this tower. Well, this castle could be denied, and it's not gonna be pretty. 26 vills. We've not made any more. 13 fishing ships, looking very inefficient at the moment. Move around the back, and the scouts are actually trapped in and died to the spears. So there is no military on the field for Lothar. He is on the way to Castle Age himself, and he has put a load on stone. And as if this game wasn't messy enough, and what happened here? Did these vills over chop out and kill the tower? I completely missed that because I was looking at the front. Marco has the score lead, but it does not feel like he should. It just doesn't feel like it should be allowed. And the Lytis is out. 13 base attack. So this thing is going to sting if it pokes you in the ass. Vills moving around everywhere. We're battering down the house with the vills. Let's batter down the blacksmith next. Let's go, man. Let's do it. Who needs military when you got these 10 vills? Absolute big dick energy gaming. But yeah, what's Lothar's first move? When he gets to Castle Age, what's he gonna do? The Lytis did die. He's gonna add a TC. I think this is probably objectively the right thing to do. Because Marco is clearly... I mean, you've seen his economy. You know he's not got much. So... adding some knights and your own economy is the sensible play. Because if you can just weather the storm, whatever this storm is, I don't know, it's absolutely batshit insane. Should be fine. The light is gonna get blocked a bit. I'm actually not gonna get that kill. We did start the mangonel over here. We've got some spearmen out. Knight and camel in queue as well. Oh, don't lose the spearmen to the castle though. This game's insane. Marco's redock though. Good move, good move. He could have perhaps found some more out here, but, you know, he's been focusing on a lot of other things. TC is a Persian TC, so this has the same amount of HP as a castle. Siege pushing Persian TC was really difficult. Because you just really don't get much done. Another tower going up behind this wood line. Another one's gone up here. I've not been keeping up with this game, man. I'm not gonna lie. And Marco is adding that second TC, and with these few Vil picks, quite a few Vil picks, Lothar is, you know, falling back, and Marco's catching up in that Vil lead. Petard's now as well. The castle is getting dropped. Would want to see, I think these range each other, but the lightest are going to feast on these Vils, and Marco's going to take the Vil lead. He has got the, there goes the Petard. He has got, the fish has been huge for Marco, because he had like 0 farms for so long, and he's still only got 3. All this farming space has been denied, though. We have got fletching for Marco. Not for Marco, for Lothar. Marco's got enough stone for another castle. This tower wasn't quite finished. It would have been very nice to have, though. Because this is the only place where Marco's taken wood. A ram is out. This has been a messy one. Marco seems to have got his eco in some semblance of order, and I think Lothar is getting the university for murder holes. That's what I am imagining right now. More Vils go down. Oh, it hurts so bad. Lightis, 4 HP. They'll die to the castle fire. Camel's not the one underneath the castle fire, and they have to sit under Marco's castle in order to attack this ram. Is it murder holes? Yes. I mean, it's a smart tech to get. Like, you don't want to risk these getting battered down. Marco's got a lot of idle eco now. But yeah, I think murder holes. Great move. He was floating so much wood as well. I think just didn't really cost him anything to get that down. Marco has the Vil lead. Lothar going for a third town center though. And this TC is in range of the tower, and this wood line can't be taken at all, but I think Marco's fine just to pop Vils out on the other side. Not that either of them are making that many Vils. I mean, the idle TC time for both is just astronomical. One ram gonna go down. I think we can repair this enough to get the other ram down, and of course we're now a bit more safe from the lightest now that we've got this in. We have redocked over here, and we're all trying to share the same shorefish. More docking over here for Marco. I'd love to see gill nets come in, that's what I'd like to see. This is an interesting castle placement. It doesn't really deny a resource, but it does sort of lock down the flank, I suppose, is what it does. We're gonna need a replacement blacksmith. Ah, this is just... I think, yeah, the camels might be able to hit this one. There we go. They're out of range. No fletching for Marco. Marco doesn't believe in blacksmith upgrades. He's going to imp? Okay. I mean, I guess one Treb can kind of win the game. A few Lightis. Fletching is now coming in. Another Ram is coming out. This castle has taken so much in the way of repairs. Is Lothar just going to be psyched out when he sees him? I hope not, because he's taken the Vill lead back. He's got 3 TCs. He's producing out of most of them. And he does have the lead in res collected, so I hope he doesn't call it when he sees him. He doesn't look too far off himself, actually. We've got a random, got the watchtower up here. More Ram out. I mean, maybe this is the time for just a cheeky war elephant. Kill the Rams, start battering the enemy's castle a bit. This tower rush though, down the side. I don't know what's going on, man. This game is nonsensical right now. Imp is almost in, and we have enough for a Treb out of each castle, which then surely this castle dies. And we got 7 Lightis in queue. Don't call the GG, Lothar. Don't do it. This game is winnable. I mean, with these towers are really annoying. Here we go. Camel time. They can probably take this out. I'm gonna at least kill that Vill. Oh, pardon me. Should put a stop to this. Hand cart coming in. Knights. For the Persians. I mean, it's
John Perkins
just...
is just too good. Yeah, he's just so.
It's just a wild game. Wild game. Camel's going down to the other castle, the other towers. Treb is out. Lightis now.
I don't know.
Thank you for the follow. Nabies. I assume the K is silent. Okay, so they are. They're advancing. And the Lightis are cleared. No upgrades on the Lightis. Forging is coming in. There's been no monastery to get any relics. Purely because there's just too much going on. Castle goes down. But there are blacksmith upgrades on these knights. I think it's possible to snipe this. Oh, that blacksmith didn't go down. I thought it did. I just couldn't see it. Oh. I mean, this is just one of those games, isn't it? 2 towers with a combined 360 HP. 1 Treb with 62 HP. What a mess. This has been such an entertaining game. Like, actually... Persian TCs. Great amount of HP, but... not against Trebs. Trebs is just different gravy. And... I think Marco's gonna do it. Their GG is called. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. I don't know what... Marco was just on crack. He went fully Olo. He batted down houses with Vills. He made ram after ram. He batted down a tower because he said he wanted to put castle there. He had like zero land economy for quite a while, but the fish boom was insane. I think that's probably one thing that Lothar should have done in hindsight, was just make some fires and kill some fish. But yeah, I think that's just one of those games, like, it's so messy and it's so hard in the moment to even know what's going on. Well played to both. Like, that was an entertaining one. Vil lead at the end still for Lothar, but he is miles from Imp. And with 7 Lightis out and not enough economy to pump enough knights to deal with it, I understand that this is probably not looking good. But well done to Marco. Like, I was kind of clowning on his economy, but then actually he got the second TC, he started adding more Vils, he caught and passed in the Vil lead, he got some raids in. Yeah, really good work to follow up on the insanity, to be honest. Real nice. Not something we typically see too much from Lithuanians, because they play into very, like, meta knight stuff sort of naturally. But yeah. Alright, game 2. This is the last game of the day. For sure. One on the board for Marco. This is Mediterranean. This is Marco's home map. And I hope it's not going to be an hour and 20, because I don't think I can cope with that. Lothar has placed his house on the berries. Alert, he has housed the berries. I'm joking. I mean, you can't see that. You can't see the berries when you spawn. Persians for Marco this time, so he clearly this one was faster. Okay. He clearly saw Lothar's Persians last time and thought, oh, that looks fun. Persians, really nice hybrid civ. Good for contesting water. Not so great in, like, the late game of water. They're missing bracers, so their galleons are a bit lacking, but you got fast fire if you need it. And I believe they probably get cannon galleon. They seem like a cannon galleon civ. We saw Dromans last time, which was a lot of fun. Italians, though, very, very strong water civ. The cheap. All of the Italians' bonuses are discounts. It's insane. Cheaper doc techs, cheaper age up, cheaper university techs, I want to say, but maybe I'm mistaken. I'm going to tab into the game actually to remember what else it is. Yeah, university techs, cheaper fishing ships, cheaper gunpowder. Just the list goes on. If you're into saving money, try being Italian. But yeah, we should see our Vils come out to dock before too long. 5 on wood, very nice start for hybrid map, just getting the sheep in. We found most of the sheep now. I'm guessing these are like neutral sheep out here. They've spawned together, which is a little bit strange. So the person who finds this has basically hit the jackpot. And it's kind of all on Marco's side, so I'm imagining he's probably going to find them at some point. So yeah, last time we saw some like crazy castle drop. A lot of conquistadors. It was very to and fro. Steve had like no Vils left, or very few Vils left. Somehow managed to hold on with his castle. had his whole economy under it. And managed to somehow make his economy absolutely fly. This is a slightly unfortunate dock position that it's in such an awkward corner. This is a much nicer dock position over on this side. But yeah, Lothar's been scouting, he's been looking around. I wonder if he was trying to find the Dockville before like Loom came in. He's now just taking his second boar. First boar actually. There is deer on this map that you could push as well though. And Marco Scout looping all the way around the other side, so he's gonna know from the shape of this that the other side is the one to push. So Italian's unique unit, Genoese crossbow, could be pretty strong here. Persians are considered a cavalry civ. They got the Savar, and which is got a bit more pierce. I think is it more pierce armor than a paladin, and then they have like the attack bonus versus archers. But then the Genoese, of course, have the attack bonus against cavalry. So could be a battle of the ages, those two units. Or now, Seville does have Loom, so it will win the 1v1. But Marco's on the way up to Feudal Age, so should be alright. Lothar coming forward here with a Vil. Marco coming forward here with a Vil. I think Lothar maybe just looking to wall. Marco, what's Marco looking to do? He's going to sneak through here. He remains undetected. He gets detected. But did Lothar notice? No, but Marco noticed Lothar and thought, you can't sneak a Vil. I'm sneaking a Vil. Lothar's still not clicked up. And now Feudal Age kicks in. This scout is a lot stronger. So this is bad news for Lothar. Scout goes down. House denied. Doubt house. Second dock. Fire galley on the way. As soon as the house completes. And barracks going down. So perhaps going for a bit of land pressure is Lothar. Fast castle would be possible, I think, with Italians here. I think with if you have some fish, cheaper for the age up, so he might be going for a fast-ish castle, so to speak. And we're going to stonewall the sides. It's a good move. It's a good move. Okay, now the fire guys are on the way out of that faster working Persian dock. And one of the reasons I hate playing against Persians is those pesky docks. You just can't. You kill them on water and then they just come back. And you just can't finish them on water. Fire's going to be shown up. He does know exactly where the dock is because he was harassing the Dockville earlier. He probably can't kill this Dockville, but Lothar's somewhat walled. He's a little bit open at the side. He could finish this and wall at the front. Fish now being harassed. And the Vil, I did say the Vil would win the fight, but if you don't fight back and not if you get burnt by the fire ship. So another Vil, or not another Vil, one Vil killed. I thought it was just a scout that died earlier. Now the fishing ships are going to go down, and 2 dock Persian production is always going to beat out 1 dock generic production, especially when you are later up. If I was Lothar, I think I'd just wall like this. Lothar at least trying to get a bit of harassment in. And the fish going to go down. There is 1 fishing ship out here still. Scout be scouting. This house still remains unfinished. We'll see if that ever gets finished. Wood upgrade in. I did notice last game Marco didn't bother with any of the eco upgrades. But we know Marco by now. He doesn't need eco upgrades. And he's milled the deer. I think milling the deers. If you're not going to push deer, I think milling deer is absolutely perfect to do. Faster than berries anyway. And especially when you have fish as well, I think you don't kind of... I think you're probably going to end up floating enough wood that you can just mill the berries when you have the time. Oh, exactly. Some people want... Some people have good macro, some people don't. And if you don't have good macro, it's Marco, you know? Making it messy. Big score lead though. All from the KD on the water. Fires though in here, and we haven't been replenishing the fires too much, but we have got another coming out. And a second dock going down for Lothar, so he's not given up on water. And he's making a stable. And he's actually going to be up before too long, but Marco's got plenty of res to be going up. Clicks up now. I think he was dropping that blacksmith for the second building. Res collected isn't as far ahead as I thought it would be. Given the Vil picks and the fish, but... Now Italians going for the mining camp. We might see Genoese. Persians, of course, do have the option of camels. And we've stonewalled on the side as well, okay. Fight in the middle. I think we missed a demo there. Running away with this is going to get cleared up, but it's bought time for the fire ships to get out. All this investment for this 1 fishing ship with 9 HP. But a hell of a lot of map control with the middle here. And Lothar should be able to click up very soon. 3rd dock. But this is what I was saying, it's so hard to take Persians off water. If you're Persians and you lose water, then you're just like, oh, it's alright. I've got like 3 hours before my docks get destroyed. Especially when there's 3 of them. So you just pump out some more fire galleys. Perhaps get the war galley upgrade as well would be good here. Because you've got such a timing advantage. The war galley would just be huge, and we do know the dock is down here, but... Ooh, kind of lucky from Lothar to spot these Vils. I suppose he was looking for something. I guess he was looking for a dock, maybe. But spotting the Vils is huge. He was so close to having enough food here, but he's just not had the... He's not had the farms. TC. Sneak side base. If I might be able to clear these, and you can see more Vils as well. mean, I'd be pretty paranoid if I was Lothar. Good fire galley micro. Bringing away the weak one. Scout goes down to the spit. 2 weak fires here. Castle Age on the way. But yeah, these guys, they just thought, we've had enough of the old town. Let's go to the new town. Found? I don't know. I don't know what the word is. The walls from Lothar. This often happens when you're so like you're thinking about walling, and you completely forget that the edge of the map is a thing. And so he could have just walled like here and here, but you kind of do this really awkward loop, and it's so easy to do, especially with the fog of war. I mean, even if you're thinking of it, your vills just don't have the vision to do it. And a couple of knights have come out. Lothar should get the quick walls down. Another Vil is going to die. Marco actually has the Vil lead at the moment. Eco KD is 7-1, but most of those are fishing ships. Idle TC time is relatively even, but Marco has been on 2 TCs for a little while, so... In we come. We should see a castle somewhere. We're going to see it on the right side. Where the pressure is being applied. It's been an overchop. Oh, it's rough. That's so unlucky. And there's a hole. Is it a hole, or did he break through here? I guess he broke through. There are spears, but they're not pikemen. And there's 2 things to be looking at. Pikes are going to deal with the knights through this side, but there's still knights on this wood line, and this is tough days for for Lothar. He's gonna house wall behind, but he's lost a lot of vills. We were just saying it was what, 7-1, and now it's 20-1. This eco KD, make it 21, 22, and 23. The writing's on the wall. We've only got 2 spears, and 2 spears are not going to win the 2v2 against the 2 knights, and 2 pikes won't win it either. Good micro there to take the knight around. They're not even going to kill one of them. And this is a sad state of affairs. The knight kind of denies the castle. I guess it's not quite going to, just delays it. Castle's going to be up, so let's see. I think Genoese would be very good here, but he's going to need some upgrades. He's got fletching actually, but he could do a bodkin as well. And looks like there's a hole there at the front, and Lothar's economy is just like a colander. There's just holes everywhere. We've got the res for Imp. Just need a building. There's the building. And such few knights have done so much damage. And Genoese, I think, is the answer, but just might be too late. The stable is actually all the way forward here, so nowhere near as long to run. Second building is up. There's Imp. We got enough stone for a castle, so we could go for like a forward castle into a treb push. Take this hill. Would be really nice. Lothar's about 400 million years away from Imp. I'm guessing Lothar is probably just going to see Imp and call it. And I would not blame him this time. I think he's fallen too far behind with those night raids. They've done a number on him. War Galley upgrade is in. we are going to kill the fish. Ballistics and Bodkin for Marco. What are we going to see from here? I guess maybe it's Skirm. Yeah, it's Skirm. Skirm for the Genoese. Makes sense. You don't need to run knights in again and again. Although the Genoese number isn't that high at the moment, so you probably could just pile knights in for a little while longer, but cruising on the way to Imp. 67 vills. No eco upgrades, because we don't. Who needs those? They're boring. Marcus played a very clean game. Imp is in. And no GG called, so Lothar thinking it's possible. Castle forward. Nice. I like this. I guess it could be on the hill. Would be nice. But I suppose you want to... You can put the trebs up there anyway. As long as the trebs are hitting downhill on this castle, the castle will melt very quickly, and chemistry is coming in as well. So those skirms are going to have max attack. They don't get bracer, of course, so missing a bit of range. That said, though, skirms themselves have one more range than Genoese, so I don't think that's actually too much of a problem in this matchup. Because usually the issue is if you don't have bracer and the enemy does have bracer on their armor list, then you get outranged a bit. You can get macroed down. 2TC, 36 vills. Oh, it's just rough. So rough. And this Trebs from here will surely end the game. Treb, Skirm. Because there's no answer to the Trebs at the moment. There's two knights, but Trebs will sit under the castle. We're going to take some stone as well. Might be a bit in range there. And Lothar might see... He sees the skirms. Gonna get Bodkin. Couple vills going down. But the Treb is out. And the Trebs are firing. Now Italians do have cheaper imp. But he's still a ways away. Armor coming in for the Genoese. Oh, War Elephant. Oh yeah. Takes bonus damage from the crossbow, but who cares? It's style points. Style, baby. And another castle. This is a great hill for a castle. I love this castle. Because you kind of even deny the... Oh, I suppose you don't quite deny the gold, but pretty close. Two Trebs and an elephant. Skirms are looking for something. Taking out the fishing ships. Why not? Why not? What's the elephant's job, though? I suppose it's to tank for the knights. They're backing up. Castle's got plenty of attack, so I think the Treb might just about stay up. Does just about stay up. It's a shame you've lost all these vills, though. It'd be really, really good to repair the Treb at this point. Genoese made light work of that elephant, actually. But the skirms are going to make light work of the Genoese, especially with ballistics as well. So GG, well played. It's a 2-0 for Marco. Very solid game. This castle was going up as well on this side. Lothar just took so much damage from the raids of the knights. And meanwhile, the economy for Marco was just smooth sailing the whole way. 2 TCs, very smooth, quick to imp. And yeah, I think there's not much Lothar can do from this situation with the trebs on his face. No castle to protect him. Not much army on the field either. It was well played, well played.